Hello and welcome back to Songs of Syx. Our city is continuing as we grow up into our industrial era. We are trying to build up a new industry district today. We are also out on the world map fighting or besieging this passive city to our north of Nikbar, who recently attacked us with a bunch of catapults that I don't really know how they got access to while their city was under siege, and they murdered all of my archers, which was a less than fun moment, but it was a moment nonetheless. It's occurred to me that if this is going to be a big 5-wide boulevard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this road actually needs to go up to here. Something tells me I'm not in planning mode, am I? Nope. All right, well, that's fine. And then, oh, this is the right size at least. So if I want to build a bunch more export depots all along that road, I can. This is kind of my thought, was we would build little tiny export markets all along here, and then we'd build up our industry in here. Other things that I have noticed, just briefly in between, is that we have really good soil outside of this wall. So if I wanted to say maybe grow a bunch of grain and then build a small distillery district here, we could do that. Alternatively, we could grow cotton and have weavers. There's options. An unfortunate thing is that the foundation in this area is really, really bad. So all the buildings are going to have to be like reasonably small. We give you peace. You give us peace. No thanks. It's not a very good deal. I'd rather have your entire city. After all, you threatened me recently, and I haven't taken to it very well. The big thing is, like, we're like 200 pop short. So many people got drafted back into the army to train because of all those archers being killed, so. Yeah, we have like 230 people in training, give or take. Which is filling up all of our missing jobs, so. I think we just gotta let the town grow. I have a bunch of food coming in. One thing was we were talking about physicians, because we could bump our health up by quite a bit here. Physicians scale all the way to 4 points. Right now we only have 1.03. So if I could sneak in some more physicians around. It is very funny because, like, our guys do not care about physicians whatsoever. And our cities are so busy. I also don't really know where they're going to go. Did they make noise? No. That's the hospital. We do have this, like, little room here. Maybe this is just, like, the hangout spot. I mean, ideally, like, a tavern would make the most sense there, but that guy's insane. I could, like, expand these walls up to add in something like a physician, a tavern. Give these guys, like, a bit more room to grow. I do feel like with that quarry and these farms, there's a lot of people working here that come out. Though I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing. I am realizing that I don't think any of these places have basements. So why don't we... Oh my god, yeah. Let's... Now there's a bunch more room for people to live in this city. Again, we have like 400... No, we have 750 empty rooms right now. Wow, we can almost get up to 3,000 pops. Honestly, we could probably just bump that to 3,000. We're up to 18% native population, which is climbing. Slowly, but climbing. Doctors and eggs to the top. It's urbanization. Got to go up here for the lumber. Yeah, I thought about moving some of these lumber yards up in this way. There's also all this natural grain that we could forage. Cool, so this guy's made another 29 catapults. If I auto this, I will lose 0 men. I'm gonna do that. Take all your gears. Because, again, it's not like I saw the catapults get shot last time, but I did lose all of those archers. How are you guys feeling about this siege? 16 guys left. Aha. After a day of siege, the defenders will start dying. After a full year, they should all be dead. I'd lose about 39 men to take the city. So that's what happened. They moved their entire garrison, I think, out to attack. Or they just rapidly starved to death. But I think they took their garrison, built them catapults, and then marched out with them, and that's where that army came from. Or at least that's where the people manning those catapults came from. Okay, while we're in planning mode, at least, we could start talking about, like, how we want to do this area. So one big thing is smithies. I am desperate for some good smithies. Because we cannot currently keep up with the amount of metal we need to produce. If I built you like that. You don't quite work, but you're not far off it. If I built you like that, 91%. No room for storage, though. If I built you like this... Actually, I guess I was thinking one more than that, but that's then the room breaks? No, actually it doesn't. Okay, so... I could potentially do something like this with auxiliary stations in the middle. $94. I mean, that'd work. That'd do, pig. Right, and you can only have one storage. I always forget about that. So we could have there's like a nice storage locker here in the center for anything that they smelt. And then it's like doors here, 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 and here probably. Can you have 2 doors? You could, actually. So let's do that instead. %, that's 54 employees for that. And then I would literally just like duplicate this whole thing and back it onto it. That's like 100 smiths. Mega overkill, but also mega good. Now, they're going to be pulling metal all the way out from here, so there are probably other things I could do. For example, hold on, actually. What if? What if? What if? What if? What if? We did something like this instead. And then I'm actually gonna remove this whole room. Flip it that way. So I could have a hauler here who picks up metal from this warehouse and ensures that there are always... You know what? It's going to have to be metal and coal, I'm just realizing. And then they always have metal and coal available. And I could just put the metal blocks there and say haul from these two spots. So that way there's also the metal that comes out. You know, I don't hate that. I gotta say, I don't hate that at all. One of the original thoughts I also had about doing this was like, well, if we put up something like a export depot, not an export depot, a logistics depot. Loading station. It's a bit big. We could set this so it's like, all the metal gets hauled into here and then, you know, like shipped down to here. Ooh, if I did this, I tell you what I could do is I could actually replace all of these smelters with smithies, which wouldn't be too bad. Going to head off, Jareth. Take it easy, my dude. Have a good weekend. Room for a well or a hearth in here as well. That's true. That's true. These are all things we're going to end up needing in this area. I don't know we need to go that big, but part of me is also like, why not? Part of me is also like, why not? This is the main boulevard, so maybe making this like a big road for the transport trucks. So if I was to put something like that down, and then a hearth so they can stay warm. I don't like love how cramped this is. I'd rather do it. Yeah, I'd rather do it like this. I like having the roads around, you know, it just feels right. Also realizing that like, this guy is gonna need torches too. In order to be able to, you know, have light. Now, of course, this is like a different size, so technically something more like that would make sense. That might flub up a loading bay, but I'm not in love with that. I don't think it's terrible, but I'm not in love with it. That being said, when it comes to our industry right now, part of me is like, that's it, right? We gotta, even if it looks not the best, that's how we have to be building it. Then I could build this guy, and I could say this guy is a Wanted him to be a weaver, but he's a different thing. Are these smithies? God damn. I screwed up. These are meant to be smelters, not smithies. A minor whoopsie-doo. But a whoopsie-doodle nonetheless. How big are ox furnaces? Too wide. Of course they are. Of course they are. $97. Oh, I guess, sorry, I didn't realize. I could just place these small ones down the middle. That would give us 100. Okay. Why are you sticking out extra? Because I built you wrong. You're good. Here, go like this. I guess. 44 employees. It's not as many. Could I build another furnace along this back wall? 98%. Technically, yes. It's a bit messy, but it suffices. So those are smithies, not weavers. And then the nice thing is that I can switch them. And now I can say weavers, and I can put weavers on this side. So that'll work real nice. Real nice for that. Jokum, hello. Almost a Factorio stack vibe. Yeah, when you start getting the colony to a certain size, it does kind of feel like you just need to go berserk in this style. Oh, wow, these could be really big. I do like that and that and that. That's that. Small, and medium. So now we have lots of like export options here as well. I could even change all these to import houses if I need to. Probably. But I don't know. It's just good to have options. We have some extra room over here. I'm not really ready for a gate to be set up there. So I think that this is just going to be pulling straight in. And there is kind of another room for stuff up here. So, you know, if I have a bunch of metal, I could say like I could put like a smithy and a clother here. But I am more inclined to say like another industry building and then another industry building on the other side of this river, on the other side of this major road. Ah, we talked about the brewery. I don't suppose you'd fit in You could. There's no reason this road has to be like that. Yeah, there's really no reason the road has to be like that. So I could build a huge brewer, double stack brewer. What are our other refining options here? The charcoaler we don't need. The bakery we also don't need. So honestly, the brewer is the only other major one. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I'm going to like copy this whole area again. Hold on, I'm gonna get rid of that road network first. We can shear walls. At least on that back line. And then we just go doop, 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 doop. Then we go doop, doop. Brewery. Brewer. Doop, 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 doop. And we just bring this up one. That's all I have to do. Not really an issue. So these guys have some nice industrial pathways. You know what? We might as well give them 3 over here as well. This is a big row 5. You can take 1, 2, 3. Big row 5. Some of this road here gets removed. And I don't know what else goes in here right now. I don't know why I had to pause that to think that out. This is all in planning mode. I should have been doing that live. My bad. Maybe drink will slow the insanity. Quite possibly. Check everything switched correctly. Don't want another stairs instead of walls accident. It looks good. Here comes the last of this guy. I'm going to take the auto resolve again here. And then I believe occupy. Yay! We lost all of our archers in this process, but I have their city now. So 5K. This is a big town. What does this town make? Nothing I care about. $1.1. You need 1.2, right? $1.1. Does this place suck so badly that I can't even have anything good in it? All right, what would that give us? 700. Okay. Rock pastors, I guess? Shrine to Krator. Pigment and humans, so probably booze. I have 5 governor points left. Woof. Cool news. At least now, like, our territory technically connects. Actually, I guess it doesn't, because for whatever reason, Ibral is across the river here. So I am officially stuck in just this little tiny box for our capital. Not that that really matters. All right. Well, the good news is that, like, our army doesn't come home anymore. They get to stay in the field. I have guards. I do have guards, yeah. I probably should have guard towers up in this area too, but... Drank beer, ate chili nuts last night while watching the Game Awards. Yo, that sounds like a pretty good night. That sounds like a pretty good time. I ate cake, leftover birthday cake from the last weekend. And ate stir-fried rice and drank water. Less exciting. Guards guard gold, more doctors and food. Yeah, physicians. Physicians was one of the big ones we were looking at here. The great nation of Hoogland, who's been wanting trade agreements, now says, filthy worm, submit to our demands or there will be dire consequences. Give them Niegbar, Machine Stand, Jennislina, Odenberg, and Nielenstedt, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Dude, absolutely not. Get lost, Hoogland. You're next, buddy. 125. You're a real army. Real human being. And a real hero. Recruit the local soldiers. These use up the conscripts pools of your realm, and once trained, they will need to be supplied with resources from your capital. Oh, this is just like if you want to add in a new division. Dude, these Amevian Knights are nuts. 100% experience. They have 5... I think those are skulls? I can't see them. I wanted to, like, open them up and see what they said. Fully trained, 85 of them. Yeah, that is a killer army of those guys. Water and rice, living the streamer life. I know, right? Watch out, I'm gonna eat a can of Campbell's soup next. Living my truth. You still don't have enough moisture. I better bring that up, like, all the way. I'd like that to hit 100% moisture so it gets its buffs. I was sleeping during the Game Awards because German time zones. Oh, yeah, no, forget about that. Gee whiz. I was literally falling asleep during the Game Awards last night, and I am still on the same continent. It was nice rice, baby. Faye, hello. Bots are active today. Received 5 friend requests from different servers on Discord. Man, they just don't stop, do they? Constant. Do you know why chickens are so funny? No, why are chickens so funny? Because they cluck? I don't know. Why are chickens so funny? This can be upgraded? What is this? Oh, warehouse. Doi. I still think probably my warehouse situation is not great. But I think it's getting better. Just because. All right. I feel like that's why crows are funny. Chickens don't caw. They cook-a-doodle-doo. Or they buck-buck. Just didn't care enough to watch them. Rely on Reddit, Twitch chat to update me. Yeah, honestly, like I don't know why I watch the Game Awards every year because I really hate them, but I do watch them every year out of stubbornness more than anything else. Wow, look at all this stone. Am I really? I got that much stone going on? We build these roads then? Got this fancy boulevard. We might as well build it. Pull a lot of it up as we start planting statues and torches and all those other good bits. I feel like everybody who lives in our side villages must be like, wow, he really doesn't build much down here anymore, does he? But I mean, in my defense, no. I don't. My defense, they're utterly correct. I'm neglecting them badly. So that also goes like there. And then up this way. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, see, all these torches on the sides now can move into the centers of this place. And we can be properly lit up. I think I'm just gonna rough eyeball these torches because, you know, good enough, right? Here, they might have to be a different size. Well, we'll put it in anyway. At least for the moment. Get rid of some of these other collections of torches. Yeah, well, that works pretty well. They're lighting up the night. I like that very much, thank you. So those will be some improvements. Yeah, like I have 700 empty homes, so do I just build a big hatchery? I talked about putting a huge hatchery up here, and so maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. Maybe not that big, but maybe. All right, you could be this big, Mr. Pig. I tell you what. I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. You just wait and see. They think they know? They don't know. They don't know what I'm gonna do. They don't got a damn clue. Alright, well, the good news, I don't need any of that space. Though, might be good if they can get around that way. You know what? I'll allow that. And so, and such. And then we can just put some carpets in. Efficiency 11. Oof. Oof. I mean, I know you can just kind of squeeze these guys in on all these little spots, so I guess that's what I'm going to do. 91, 97, 100. Yay! Yay, 100, yay! Yay, we did it, yeah! Yeah, that's 70 clutches and 21 employees. That ought to help the pop. That'll help a lot. Like the Game Awards, they are nice to celebrate. Best thing was Uma Musume winning. Just don't know why they had to be so long. Yeah, I'm with you, Marinara. They're very, very long. This year's Indie Games one. I don't know. I feel very confused about the indie games category, because when I'm like, if you have a publisher, are you an indie game? Isn't an indie game independent? Like, I just feel like I don't know how we're labeling indie games anymore. Which I know has been like an ongoing conversation ever since Dave the Diver got put as the indie game. And people were like, that's like published by like Nexon or something. Is bathing allowed again? Oh, yeah. That was only like a little while that thing was in. Every time I tune in, you're building hatcheries. How many do you have to in order to sustain this population? I don't know. That's the thing. It's like we get some from immigration, but it's better if our happiness is coming from elsewhere. Like to see some more water, more stocks, more upgraded torches, a court, and jewelry. Courtroom is a popular one. They've been asking for that one for a while. We're 5 knowledge off, which is not a ton. I feel like I've kind of flatlined on economy right now, which is interesting. Net 21. Trying to think about giving people more furniture as well. Like in general, our houses are doing okay. They're still kind of sleeping on mostly the floor. And not a lot of people have like properly slabbed houses. They got kind of everything else they want. So yeah, like a justice system, a massive temple up here would also be really nice. You guys are going to need a market up here for sure. Look, while I'm waiting on Pops. Actually, sorry, how's that army looking? You're a bit of a mixed bag. $700 going up to $855. All right. 3.2. Oh, yeah. So I also need tech to increase that city, which is 50 knowledge. All right. I'd love to do that, but I think I have to focus on my own city first because currently that city is bigger than mine. And that doesn't feel like the way we should probably be doing things. Put an extra well in here. I probably need a lot more statues around as well. Well. All right, I'm just going to let this run. And I'm going to start laying out a market up here. Market food stall. All that good stuff. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is... That's probably going to go all the way up. We have this hilariously weird road. So I think let's keep with that. And we'll go like this. And then I can put the market sort of here. If you're the case, probably I can also just add you all the way out that way. Start critting out my CD a little bit. Just a smidge. Just because we're getting into the point where we need to be a bit more efficient. And then, yeah, I think kind of the marketplace and stuff up there is what I will have to do. I guess I could put it on, like, this combo? Why is this dirt road so thick? Because it's coming out of here. I guess I can allow that to be 4 thick. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, so maybe it actually should be about here. So food stall and market. With a little space between them, sure. The turlets. That never really fit right, so maybe I'll put them somewhere else. We'll add that hearth. We'll add the speaker. Maybe just back up from that hearth. A guard post. I think I might actually make a slightly bigger guard post up here. You. This button, this button, this button. There we go. Do him like there. And the bathrooms can go there then. There's a bit of room for stuff to muck around. That's all the essentials. At least. So we can add some torches, some big old statues, so everyone knows what's up. And then just kind of plaza that whole area to some degree. I don't know, that might be okay out there. That torch doesn't make sense. Dum dum dum. So otherwise nobody can get around it. All right. And then we can build everything around the city. It's like not the most efficient, obviously, but you know, we have room for things like stocks in here too. So if we want to start doing some criminalizing, which we're gonna need to do soon, so. Got to wonder how big squads of Terminators and stuff are, or Custodies, yeah. From a company bigger than EA, does the indie game Dave the Diver? Yeah, right. Indie means lowish budget compared to like Call of Duty, but that's like also not true. Like, I'm pretty sure Clear Obscura had a huge budget. 39 injured, 8 go to the hospital. No, 8 dead, sorry. And this is all my military. Woof. Did I plot those fields for the beer? No, not yet. They will go out here. I'm just not ready for that yet. Is that an ad? People can go to see themselves. Yeah, yeah. Wants to be sponsored by CA, get free Total War Warhammer. Yeah, you don't want to go down that road. I've been down that road. You don't want to go down that road. Cosmetic stuff sounds cool until CA charges for it. Yeah. Treatment of Warhammer 3 makes space game kind of sketchy. Yeah, I'm dubious, but I'm curious. Cautiously optimistic, I think is the right term. I think that's what we say. Or something like that. This road seems like a little bit thick. At parts. It's also kind of just all over the place. This road doesn't know what it's doing. Go home, road, you're drunk. So the great news is that I really don't need to build this until like some of the other housing is filled up. This is a future expansion that we're just considering. Oh man, so many people dying from that. I guess this hospital is further? Part of me is thinking like I should put a hospital here because these guys do tend to get themselves beat up quite a lot. It's probably not a stupid idea. No one's ever really said we don't have enough hospitals in their life. Hey, you know, the smithy and stuff here too. Ooh, let's not do that. Let's do it like that. I guess you can go like this. Still haven't really roaded this area properly either. Just realizing this is like all dirt roads down here in the army base. Guys, have we ever upgraded these hearths? No, we didn't. What do we need for that? Metal. I want to say, should we just buy a bunch of metal, but we're not making money anymore, right? We're just kind of like neutral. I was hoping that these Aurochs would bring us in a bit more leather. We're getting like 147 in for taxes, but yeah, we're still bleeding through a ton because of those libraries. It feels like I'm losing a lot of herbs to decay. So I'm going to import less of those. And let them just kind of run themselves down. These guys should be able to get lots of fabric and opium from the nearby warehouses. I'm not really worried about having to like manually stock this hospital in the same way that we do other places. And I tell you what, we were talking about physicians, so those are vegetables, those are cotton. I mean, there are these like little farms here. I can also just fill in this bay, and I think let's start doing that. I think we start doing that. Workbench. 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 3 physicians? Ooh, so bougie. You make that bigger? Sure could. 80%. Dang. Thought that might work, but it didn't quite. 80%. Do. What if I did that? 90%. And then that 100%. That's 3 physicians. I think that's a deal. That'll give us a bit more health as well, so... Oof, man. Is this in-game music? It is. Yeah. This is all the in-game stuff. They added a bunch of new soundtracks with this new 0.7 update as well. So some nice little additions. How are we doing on tools? He says, looking over and seeing that he has 0 tools. That's a problem. I might have to build this stuff up sooner than I thought, actually. Because those smelters are like what? Jobs of like 44? 17 injured, 7 deaths in the stone quarry. No, actually, in the masonry shop. That's 18 and 27. So maybe I could just turn this one into another smithy. You know, if I don't have the metal bearers, having all the smithies don't really matter. Six people have died of accidents. Now, so that's interesting. A lot of those injured people, like, they got injured here, but they didn't go to this hospital. Like, one guy was trying to walk down here. Yeah, and you're just short on tools. Honestly, I think if I could get the metal sorted out, the tools would be fine. So I'm going to start activating chunks of this network. I don't think we need it all at once, but look at that swarm of worker bees. A well-known prophet has arrived in our court. He belongs to the annoying kind of prophet that is unfailingly praised for predicting things like the sun going up. An offer for a less inane prediction about your future is extended to you. It would also cost you some denarii that would be used to cover material costs. I have no option other than to accept this, apparently, so there's 33,000 denarii. Word reaches you about the prophet having a vision. Apparently it happened on one of your markets at the busiest hour of the day. You paid for the full course, including speaking in easily translated foreign tongues and dramatically collapsing. Your subjects are suitably odd. I'm not really sure what that's doing. Oh, I think maybe our loyalty went up? I'm not sure. Yeah, we want judgment. We want imprisonment. That would just give us better law. And we want more money in the bank also. Noted. How do I get more of these guys to show up? Or, I guess, can I just send you home? Right? Like, I feel like I could just do that. Deployable, 131 out of 150. Needs to train 148. Let's recall them. So we have the cavalry and we have the spearmen. We don't have any archers right now. It's not ideal, but it's, you know, is what it is. I'm also remembering we only have one tavern. And it is busy all the time. It does not stop being busy, apparently. There was intention of building more of these guys over here, so just turn off planning mode and put on... What do you fall under? Distribution. Ah, right, because it's like drinks. I'd argue that we could share a wall with the physician. You know, drinks. That makes sense. And we just got to figure out where we want to put all of our tables and whatnots. Have some knickknacks here with maybe some carpets or something in front of them. Let's get the tables sorted out first. One long bar wall. Why not? You know what? It's the right vibe. Oh, I can't really fit in anything else though if I do that. And I feel like I want my bar to actually look like a bar, so... We'll do a chunk of that, and then we'll do some, just some smaller tables down here. Can I do that, like, sideways? Is that possible? No. Coziness is 100, so... Maybe I could fit in another one right there. We now have over 50 metal smithies. I mean, I guess that does it. Why don't we do that? 47 working in this metalsmith. Yeah, that is what I want to see. So I want coal in here. I want ore in here. I want this pulled from here. I want this pulled from here. And I want this to be metal. And then I want actually this guy also to be metal. 17 people. Absolutely not. 1, 1, and 1. Those are fine. I want you to pull from there. And I want another unloading station down here. Do I need a second unloading station? I guess it doesn't hurt. If one is coal and one is metal. It do make the most sense. Sun is the egg of the gland golden lizard. When the egg hatches, Turgan scale will rule the Syx. This is a good prophecy. I like this one. Do you have to have a tavern in each of the town settlements? It does provide drink. So like one of the things you don't have to have one, but if you want drink servings, they need to be able to get to the drinks. Otherwise, like they don't actually get, this doesn't actually give them any effect. I'm wondering about things like increasing my like egg stockpile and stuff too. There's no eggs down here. That's interesting. I guess it makes sense. I think a bunch of my warehouses need individual haulers set up that just do things like run across the map to grab stuff like stone, furniture, egg. Because like none of these guys have access to eggs is basically what's happening. Or yeah, they don't have access to eggs. There's no eggs in this food stall. Oh no, there are some. There's no vegetables, but that's just because we're out of vegetables. I don't know how they're going to handle booze, because we definitely don't have any of that set up right now, but... just put like 3 crates in there. We'll import a bunch more because of that as well. Technically, like if I'm importing stuff, it should go to the import depot and then just be dragged all the way across, so... it's more work for those poor warehouse workers, but, you know, that keeps them busy. Dragon King, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Skull 2 to upgrade those. So I have 3 physicians working down here. I don't know what this is saying it covers. What are the red versus blue spots I do? Oh, I guess that is coverage. This must be like... rough estimate of how many subjects can be served. 63. 105. Well, I mean, shoot. I have thousands of troops. I have literally thousands of people, and you're telling me I need that many more physicians? Like I could fit you into this corner, maybe? It's a bit of a funny spot for a physician to be. But I mean, I guess. The problem is like that's also where people are going to bathe. Then again, you know what? They are willing to bathe in fishing spots, so maybe we don't panic about that. And we just let this be a big physician back here. I think I can get 2 physicians, and that's probably going to be it. Yeah, alright, I'll take it, man. It's better than none. Got like a little roundness to my buildings. So they'll fill in that little bit of land, and we'll tuck that in against the wall. Finally decided to re-download the game. Do you suggest Tilapia as a first playthrough? Yes. Yeah. I think Tilapia are the most straightforward. They don't really like anybody else, but they will put up with them. And they can make all of their own stuff really well. So if you play Tilapia, build a whole bunch of Auroch farms instead of like Globdians, and that will produce you meat, which is your main food source, and leather, which you need for bows and you need for clothing. And basically, if you have a bunch of bows you can raise a bunch of archers, and Talapi, because they're elves, are really good with bows. You send out like 50 Talapis fully trained with a bunch of bows, and they will just machine gun down any army. Okay, look at these jobs rolling in. Also, I don't want to toot my own horn, but we've had a lot less diseases lately. I don't know why, because this number has actually gone down. We should be having more diseases. But maybe the physicians are helping. Something we talked about doing was upgrading all of these roads. So let's do that. Make them stone. What's going on here? Why are my cobblestone roads upgrading to cobblestone? Did I massively just screw this up? I think I did. Convert to cobblestone. These are all cobblestone roads. Why are they all converting? This can't be correct. What happens if they do this? They're just replacing the cobblestone roads with cobblestone roads. That's unusual. It's not something the computer normally does. Ah, there comes the swamp lung. We spoke too soon. When I looked at the species, I was kind of surprised by the Talapi's whole cannibalism thing. Oh yeah, that's true. You can also make cannibals, and then anytime someone dies, you're like, no problem. That's just more food for us. Long-running meme into our fortress community that all elves are cannibals. They would end up with elf bone jewelry for some reason. I know also, like in Skyrim, for example, Elder Scrolls, all of the wood elves are cannibals. That's like a big part of their culture. So it might just kind of be like how they feel about it all. Guys, we need more tailors. Tinker, tailor, soldier, spies. Oh, I actually have 4 more I can add in there, so let's do that. We're back up to positive workforce. Could such a thing truly be? What joyous occasion is this that I do spy upon thee? We got physicians. Or we're getting physicians. We don't really have any tools right now, and that's probably hampering us, but I do actually have some metal coming in. Dare I say we are actually making positive metal? You are gonna not take coal. You're gonna take metal blocks. You're gonna take coal. You guys are prepared to take coal. But there's no coal being shipped because my coal mine is offline. Which is correct, especially when we have swamp lung coming in right now. Look at this, dudes. The infected is actually like constantly going down because we have so many hospitals. Well, I spoke too soon. But it's, you know, it's flickering. It is going up, but it's also being managed, let's say. Only 2 people have died of disease. 100 deranged people. That's a lot. That's like 5% of my settlement? Maybe a little less. Wow, these hospitals are really doing their job. Who would have guessed that the answer to solving these problems was building things like hospitals? This is very interesting to me, to be like, oh, there's a disease outbreak and all the hospitals are completely full. So this tells me we don't have enough hospitals for an epidemic. Which, you know, totally tracks based on how many people we have and how little hospitals we have. There's a hospital here. There's a hospital here. A hospital here would actually work. I think we were going to build more breeders in here, but... having some more beds is probably the smarter choice. Doop, doop, doop. You might be able to fit a few more in there. Yeah. Yeah, you see? Yeah. And then we can put like a door here, 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 and here. Beds for the bed god. That didn't work. Tack, 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 tack. New hospital. Could have maybe just like built that over further. You know what? Let's do that. Why the hell not? Right, if I can fit in a handful more beds and just like cut that corner instead. And then you go doop 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 like that. And we have a great big other hospital down here. I did cut off my wall access, but I'm okay with that. It's also like a hospital on the way into town. It also provides some relief for all these pins, as well as like if this hospital gets overloaded, which it very, very easily does because it's only got like space for 5 people. So this is a pretty good spot to have this. I do need a lot of tools. Only wood elves, only because of the green pact. Yeah, in Elder Scrolls, yeah. So many elves are cannibals. Was not aware of that lore. I mean, now I'm starting to think like, are Lord of the Rings elves cannibals? This game is meat-eating elves and lizards that don't eat meat. What type of heresy is this? We eat fish and we eat eggs. Honestly, the lizards are like pretty chill. They're pretty noble, I would say. That's why we went with this knight idea for them. You got 68. What I'd love is like, I don't know if this is the case, but if a troop gets fully trained, does it just come out here and join my army? I guess I could take these 63 archers and add them to this army. If those other guys got destroyed. You know what, let's do that. There goes the workforce again. But the swamp lung is coming back down. Coming back down means not going up. Boy, this swamp lung. My biggest issue with this is like it incubates for 6 days and infection rate is 4. So like of all the plagues we can get, we keep getting the one. All right, vision fever is maybe a little bit worse, but lethality is so low. Swamp lung just like leaves so much of your population sick for an extremely long amount of time. That's the issue I'm having with it. yeah, opening up these extra physicians has given us a little bit of a bump. Not a ton, but a little bit. I do like these little buildings. They're quite fun. One of my governors has died. I'm going to not replace him. I have negative 95 governors points. Seems like that can't possibly be right, but I see I'm missing a lot of promotions. So... 55. 15. Did that guy have 3 promotions on him? I guess he did. Grand Sadar. All right, I guess it's you, buddy. And... oh, cool. We can see here we have 320 governor points. Vegetable farms are getting 0.91. Fisheries, 1.69. Opiate farms, 1.59. Carpenter's getting a boost. Globdian's getting a flat 2. And then I just want to sort by age. You guys are too young. When are you old enough to become a noble? 7? 6? 5? 4? 5. So you, Zeskish Rightwind, you're going to become a noble. And you're going to be a noble that we assign to... what? Metal smithing? I could have sworn we had a plan for this guy. We are doing a lot of metal smithing, so... what are our jobs like? Stone miners at 120. Vegetables and globbies have guys on each of them, and I think they both have them upgraded. I have 77 on construction. Flower beds. No, these can't be finished. Why, these can't be reached. Yeah, those can't be reached. We'll fix that in a second. 80 metal smelters. Yeah, all right, so probably then metal smelter. Because again, when I think about like the things that the cities can give us, the towns, they can give us ore, they can give us coal, they can't give us metal bars. So I have to smelt metal in my capital. Vegetable farmers do not have their promotion, but I'm also not sure I want to give that to them because I only have 25 gov points left. I'm gonna have to do this. I think. I want those flowers built. Okay, so we can walk around the base of the tree, but we can't walk through flower beds. Is how that works. That's all right. Little noble town. How is fancy noble town? We haven't done any of the real flower bedding up here. At least not in the same way. Children playing in noble land where everyone is just hanging out and polishing. Rubbing their rods. We still need 4 more noble houses as well. Again, I don't actually know what noble houses do. I don't actually think they do anything. But technically, technically, if we want a noble house for each guy, we need to have 4 more. $251 out of a possible 1,000 children. We have a lot of pots. I'll put this guy on exporting rations again because No, I don't think I am going to. I think I'm going to clear this. Just like I have excess rations, but I'm only making like an extra like 7 or 13, so if I really wanted to, I could just reduce the amount of people working on the ration maker. Because it depends on like how big my army is, depends on how much we need those rations. These guys are trying to fill this up, but it seems to all be going straight out the door. You are not pulling from anywhere, are you? Interesting. Definitely let's have you pull from both of those places. And I'm also going to give you priority. Because I want this place to be totally filled. As much as possible. He's throwing a lot of animals down here as well. Pest what else or nothing. Or because of the Green Pact, yeah. Having a whole waste nothing from a kill part that does not exclude sentient beings. Putting physicians in the coverage of your hospitals matter? They are different buildings, so I don't think so. That guy is struggle busting on that right now. So I am making positive on this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dismantle this room. I keep forgetting that. If you hit dismantle, they get rid of all the ceiling tiles as well. Can't quite fit a smithy in there. But I can try to build one. But you are not the right width for a smithy. But I could just do that. Okay. Ah, no, you won't fit that way, will you? How big does this ox station have to be? One more. Can I fit an extra workbench in here? Yes. $96. Okay. And then I can just put the storage there. I mean, it's not going to be making that much, and it's going to be going right in this warehouse, so I'd be okay with that. We'll expand this road so it goes all the way down here. I like that this area is just completely outside of town. Like, and I'm just like, man, I don't think anybody's going to attack this. This is where my entire military lives. I'm not really panicked. If they get in here, I've got bigger problems. I feel like I've done something wrong, you know? Like I could just set like a bunch of spearmen here and then have arrows rain down from the walls on top of them. cavalry, like sneak out the back, go for a flank. You know, that's if they even were capable of getting in that deep. Now, this army warehouse is not storing metal. Are you storing metal? Kind of. I have no metal ore. I also basically don't have any coal. I'm going to stop exporting coal. I think we stopped exporting ore a long time ago. Hey!
This game
AJ?
is cool, but I can't wait for you to play Wartle's new duck.
Oh, the new DLC for War Tales. Yeah, I gotta try to get a hold on that. Because that could be a very foolishly fun time. I'm just very hooked in on this right now. It's a bit of a problem. Oh, we have metal, so we could actually start upgrading our hearths around town. You're upgraded. You're not. Oh, that's big. That's a big upgrade for us. Let's go find all the hearths. Definitely these guys inside of here. Wow, that went through our metal really quickly. Never mind. Here I was, thinking I was swimming in metal. When I absolutely was not. Disease. Man, look at that. My hospitals are still like full. You're just insane. That doesn't count. You're also just insane. I think insane people count as being infected. Either that, or all my deranged people are sick and not going to hospitals, so they're just spreading the plagues all over the city. Oh my God. That's totally what's happening. I didn't know they could do it like that. Interesting. All right, let's get our tools stockpile back up before I switch that off. Here I have been, like, being like, nah, we don't need to cure these crazy people. They're no problem. And slowly realizing, like, no, actually, they are the problem. Physicians are giving us a huge boost here now, 1.2. So that's helping. 0.66. It said physicians can go up to 4. In terms of quality. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so you can see they are covering a chunk of this city, but it's not very much. My physicians are big time overworked. Well, maybe I should build a big physician out here near Central Hospital. I'm also kind of thinking about just like getting rid of all of these training spots and making true Central Hospital. I mean, they clearly need help. I clearly need more physicians. I know that this room is too big right now. Just want to see what kind of space I'm working with. So, yeah, see, at the biggest space, these guys can fit a lot of extra beds in. What if? What if? Whoops. If I did something like that. How big do these shelves get? That big. I'm gonna need a lot of shelves in here, so. $62. That's still not enough shelves. Man. Okay, so these physicians. Absolutely, we're talking about taking up a lot of space. You can make a room that big. So why don't I just hear me out? Why don't I just do this? And then say like, that can be open, that can be open. And then, how's this looking? Pretty good. Cut off that wall. 83, 92. That's 100. That guy won't let me add in. But you know what? I don't need him. So what I could do is I could put a door there. And a door there. And I don't know, a door there. Probably a door here. A door there. Now we have like a big physician's office. This is 8 physicians with 30 services. Covers 300 population. That's still not enough. By like a dramatic amount. By an absurdly dramatic amount, that is still not enough. $97. Do that. 38, 10 physicians? I guess. It feels bonkers. 168 tools. Dude, I mean central health. They'll just descend on it like a plague of locusts. That's probably going to block that, but let's just put a torch here. Probably all of these roads need way more torches set up right now. How is that torch spilling out? Suspicious. Some more torches around our walls so that all the lizards will be happy. Lizard healthcare is in dire straits, right? It's rough. So bored right now, you're learning about linked lists, something I mastered 15 years ago. When you learned it, you had to allocate and deallocate memory by hand instead of using new and delete. Well, you learn something new every day then. Is food serving solved by taverns? No. Food serving is solved by just giving them more food. I literally just push this button and they get more food. The problem is that they're... Well, we could probably go up one more. We don't have enough vegetables coming in. It is the end of summer, so that actually kind of tracks. I know we don't have a lot of fish here, but I can just export less. We were finally doing positive with those eggs, but that never seems to last. I'm still short like a lot of people. I guess in my defense, I am making a bunch of jobs, so... Well, you can't go there, Torch. That doesn't make any sense. It's literally a doorway. I do love that we've managed to take this outer road and just fix it up. Not all the way yet, but like the main parts of the city. This was a natural road that was part of the game. 4 were injured, 1 death. You know what? That's not bad. They got a hospital nearby. They should be okay. Nope. 2 died. The old wrongful death. So this guy needs a ton of tools, which of course we're like not making a bunch of right now. We're starting making a bunch. You have neither coal nor ore. Dudes, where is all my coal? 680 coal is here. You only have unloading stations. You don't have loading stations. Which doesn't make any sense, because I also need stuff to come out of here. Of course, these guys take up a weird, different amount of space. See, the problem is that I just... Problem is that coal shouldn't be stored here. Turning back on the coal mine. This guy's got 400 stone blocks. Oh man, these guys cannot keep up, can they? I'm gonna have to auto-employ. There we go. So that just hit 1, which does mean this guy should get delivered now. Yeah. This is still my favorite thing. Watching the little logistics trucks go. Knowing that this is a caravan of 400 cut stone. Going down the main boulevard. Then he's like, I don't know where to go. Make your way across to the depots. drop them off. These guys are like, boom, 400 cut stone. Start making a new wagon. And these warehouse workers are going to come out. They're going to be like 400 cut stone. Bring it in. Bring it on in. Cut stone and gems, baby. Gems. Aren't we selling gems? Oh, now that's kind of funny. The gems were being stored in a part of the warehouse we couldn't reach. It was like 80 gems just waiting to be sold. Once you get the epidemics under control, you shouldn't always need to service everyone. I mean, that is the hope. But like, you can see my hospitals are almost always full. Nothing to fetch in the vicinity. What do you mean in the vicinity? But there absolutely there is. There's meant to be 197 opium on this map. The cloth and the opium is still really, really hard to keep in stock out here. So this archery range and this training ground would become part of the hospital expansion. I don't love losing more military ground, but part of me is also like, how many people are training here at any time? Let's look during the day. Okay, these guys are totally full. These guys, also totally full. I could do some kind of military training expansion. I don't know about that. Is 2,000 people a lot in this game? It can be. It depends. Game can go up to 10k for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of people having 10,000 settlements. Though they are often like the entire map. Where's Hughlein's army? 125. Garrison of 400. Homie's got $11 million. I mean, I'm definitely in a position where I could take Huglein right now. My army's 200 points. They did threaten me, which is my policy for killing people. And if this city is loyal... Bum, 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 bum. Does kind of feel like that would complete our trade route. All right. Hoogland. Guess what? I'm going to war with you. And I'm going to attack your army. Yeah, we're like totally stocked here, so. We'll let them go off on their merry little adventure. The thing is like training ranges are pretty easy to build. I could build more of them here, but I also thought about building more fisheries out in this area. This whole area should be fisheries. Like, this is ocean, so. It's just that fisheries employ a lot of people. They ran. They keep running. Bright side is I get a lot of armor from it. We give you peace. Decline. You attack that army again? You can. Might as well. I know there's only 12 of them. I don't know why 12 of them are standing where the other 250 ran. I was really hoping for a true fight. But I have catapults, which I've never had before. I have a catapult? That's it? A single catapult? I thought I had more than that. Well, you guys are my spearmen. You guys are my archers. The regional division. What do they have? They have a little bit of plate mail. They have one guy on a horse. You have like one sword, one shield, one set of plate mail, and one horse between the entire group of them. Look, I just want to know how you work, catapult. I can't move you or anything. Will you attack automatically? I just never used a catapult. Reloading. Okay, so it takes them a little bit to reload. He's got a flank. A two-man flank. These guys are all just like waiting for people to get into range. I love seeing like the little pink banners. Ooh, there goes the first round of arrows. This is the only thing I truly care about. This catapult. Ready to fire. Bombard building is out of range. Fire! Wow, you missed horribly. Like, that wasn't even remotely kind of close. All right, I'm going to do something fun with these guys. Because we do have all these fancy knights for a reason. And the reason is thus. Charge! This has got to be tough, being a bunch of pigmen and seeing a bunch of lizards riding horses. Then just being absolutely slaughtered by a barrage of arrows. What was that? A bunch of arrows just shot from down here, it looked like. Everybody's dead. Friendly fire with the catapult, very much a thing. Yeah, I feel like the catapult is designed for when you're fighting 1,000-point armies. But I still appreciate it. It's still fun. So I do believe his army is actually fully dead. So now we just get to siege. Now we just get to let the sieges happen. Pretty close one, right? I know, I know. Breakneck. All right, this guy has stone outside him all the time, so that's good. So these masons are cooking with gas. And this big mason up here. I don't know where they go to get stones, but it doesn't seem like they have any shortage. Cart is being prepared. Estimated deliveries. I mean, I guess let's turn this guy on auto as well. He is on auto, so this feels like he should have some more people. Like, these guys are cutting a lot of stone. This is basically a full masonry shop. A faction of Berlik has moved its capital. The faction of Berlik, these guys. How do I even know that, man? They are literally as far away as they could possibly be from me. How are the factions looking at the map? I'm feeling pretty good about the size of our faction right now, but I will say I think that we're generally pretty small. When you think of people like Blazin with 106k, Heartwind's got 250,000. Yeah, a couple of these guys have like 500,000. I don't know what our pop sits at. I think it's this number, 2.6. Which definitely feels like I'm hitting above my weight right now, but we'll see how that holds up. You want peace? No. All right, so these guys load up all that cut stone. Wow, no problem. They just emptied that warehouse. And now have nothing to do. All right, well. .4, man. We're up to 20% native pop. But it seems like it's going down again. This hatchery is kind of new, though. And in fact, I think all those kids just got pooped out. Maybe not. 19 people working in that hatchery. Like, I think hatcheries are the answer on like how we actually keep our pops up right now. For sure, I need another warehouse up here as well. I don't know why I haven't done this earlier. Because there's so many odd goods that need to be stored. That's it. That's as complicated as a warehouse needs to be. Put some doors in the middle. Bada bing, bada boom. Merry Christmas. You're full of crates. I guess we might as well activate some of these other jobs then as well. Maybe we can just do like part of this road. Just get it started. Don't give them any ideas. I still don't really know how we're building out this central area, so other than the fact that I know we need like a judge. Justice. Let's go. We finally have justice. So now we can build stockades and dungeons and courts. Gives prisoners a chance to plead their case in a trial before sentencing. Improves justice and has a chance to free the prisoner after processing. I want to put this like right here, I think. Something silly like this. Now, obviously this doesn't quite work, but that is the biggest a courts can be. And the spectators? Okay, so this shape does not work. I'm assuming that's the judge in the top. I don't know what way these guys want to go, but I feel like it could be like this. And then maybe this is not the judge, but that's like where we put things like our prison cells, stocks and stuff. 2 courtrooms? I mean, it's room to grow, isn't it? It's room for crime, is it not? Area must be connected. Well, la-di-da. Maybe I don't need these doors like that then. That's kind of funny that it has to be connected. You know what? I think I am going to put those 2 doors like that. Ah, what if it was connected via a door? Would that count? No, it has to be fully connected. This is doorways on wall. What am I doing? How can I not seem to... I don't want doors. I just want... Well, this is the building I need. There we go. What even are the crime rates? I feel like pretty low. Gotta be honest, I feel like it's probably pretty low. But it's a bit of entertainment for them. So, a dungeon could go here. Oh, these are bigger than I thought they'd be. Good God damn, these are big jail cells. Oh, what if I do them like that instead? Bada boom, bada boof. That's not right. And one more right there. Bada boof. And I kind of want to do this. And then maybe we put that door there. Eight prisoners and 2 guards. These can't get any bigger or smaller, but I feel like that's quite a lot of prisoners, so... This is our justice complex. So, stockades securely apprehend criminals and captives before processing them in a law facility. And stocks send your criminals and unwanted rabble to the stocks where they can feel ashamed for 2 seasons before they've served their punishment. A cheap and effective punishment for crime. Make sure they're placed in crowded areas so everyone can throw manure and stones at them. Well, the obvious place for this then is like directly in front of the Justice Palace here. And then maybe the stockades are behind them. Do I need stockades if I have a prison? I feel like the answer to that should be no. Central law. We obey the Lex. Or something like that, you know? I mean, I do love that this is, like, not at all a crowded area right now, but it's where they want to be. I guess also, if I'm gonna put that there, maybe a guard post in the center would be good, too. Directly behind the stocks, right in front of the prison. Honestly, that makes sense to me. It's not the world's biggest guard post, but it'll do, pig. It will do. Unfortunately, they will not place this over unactivated jobs. Kind of manually go in and do that. So here's the dungeon. Sentence all prisoners to be pardoned, exiled, imprisoned, executed, enslaved, or killed in the arena. Ah, so that's only like temporary when they're in here. Okay. So we've got 2 guys who work this prison. And then we have these beautiful looking courtrooms getting done. Ooh, so nice. Wow. Oh no, I built them backwards. We totally built it backwards. Has to be like that. I didn't realize it would be a big chair with a bunch of stuff behind it. This will be nice. I mean, this will bump up some law. A noble running an asylum in Quairman has expressed interest in your deranged subjects. According to the letter, living in your capital is damaging the mind in quite unusual ways, which are of interest to natural philosophers. If you accept his offer, all of your deranged subjects will be sent away to receive treatment. And I'll get $67,000? Dude, sold. The deranged were rounded up and collected by a few handlers and are now someone else's problem. Luckily, your subjects did not question the generosity of the asylum, and some are even expecting the return of their loved ones. Little do they know, they will not be returning. The pandemic has ended. Health 1.71. Physicians up to 2.3. Oh, because I built this. Yes, that makes sense. Wow. This added a lot to my physician coverage. And also just to my, like, points here. Oh my god, 1.7. I guess also giving us, like, the extra food servings made a huge difference. We'll see whether or not that cripples us in the long run, though. Quartz, quartz, quartz. Almost done. Almost done. Ta-da! Quartz. Vandals. Awaiting judgment. Skull Smokeskin Killer. Judging. People are worried about you. No Wavewaker has so few statues. Man, they really are upset about the statue situation. We could use more soldiers to protect our temporary land settlements. More drink. Few of our nobles are of proper stock. I question why they were appointed in the first place. I gotta be honest, I didn't know you could have proper stock for nobles. 16 cell slots? No, 8. 8. 4 and 4. Flashing, vandalism. Bunch of people are in the stock. Dude. There, this is a popular spot to be right now. What? I could just upgrade these guard posts? I didn't know that. Just costs a little bit of leather to upgrade all my guard posts? For real? Okay. Done. Everybody, 100% efficiency. All guard posts now level 2. Yeah, people like watching the stocks. Vandals, flasher vandals. So, yeah, now I guess basically when guards catch people, they'll throw them in the prison. The judge will say what happens to them. Which I'm assuming is just you get sent to the stocks. Or you rot it out in prison for a little while, but it seems like you rot it out in the stocks more likely. Alright, let's activate these. I probably have to upgrade all of these to stone roads as well after, yeah. Well, the good news is I have a ton of stones, so... Merry Christmas. All of this nice and done. Yeah, all of that nice and done. Let's get done. This can get done. Nah, this really made this part of the town more busy, which is nice. I guess as I fill up that, it will help. As we build a temple as well, it will help. I don't know what we need. Probably an insane amount of knowledge to build temples. Architecture, empire, military, government. Refining, mining, husbandry, fine crafts, crew crafts. I don't know where temples are. Grand's temple. There we go. 150 knowledge. Wow. Plus like 60 and 60. Yes, sir. That ain't happening anytime soon, let me tell ya. This is awesome, dude. I love our new little courthouse. Look at us solving crime. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm at war with you. Oh, occupy. I love when I'm sieging a city for so long that I forget I'm sieging it. Wells, what do you have? Globdians and fish? I feel like I have a lot of fish, though. You also have metal. Thinking about putting a shrine in here. Like a craterism shrine. Ugh. It's gonna eat up everybody somehow. Really? I guess I need to go tier 4, but I don't have enough points for that, so... .2, so maybe I don't need all this growth here. Right, like that's 800. And this guy requires only 600, so I could do that. Craterism, Lobdian fish. Yeah, slap a speaker on here, and less the Amevians will move out. Alright. We're down to 5 government points, so I think we're going to have to upgrade another noble. Yeah. 2 Grand Sidars. Whew, man. Oh, no. 10 debts. Oh, the smelters. $81. There's a bit of an inconvenient thing right now, which is like, as these guys make metal, this doesn't need a hauler on it. Where does the metal go? The metal goes here. There was a video I watched where people put haulers out here with no metal. With no workers, and they would automatically dump out there instead. Okay, so where are you going? Where are you going? You dropped it off here, did you? Yeah. There we go. Source room does not have any crates available. Oh, that's for that warehouse. Yeah, because I just removed that. The Enclave of Teganval says that I want all your stuff. I'm going to say no. And the good news is you're the next guy I want to conquer, so... How about I ask you for all your stuff? Oh, I can't. Can I, like, demand things without... I want $3.4 million. So I can't threaten people. They don't have that yet in the game. So, like, these guys are meant to take that metal. This guy just picked up a ton of metal. Alright, so this is not... That doesn't work for me. That guy just picked up metal and walked all the way down to his job. Why aren't you guys pulling from there automatically? Ha, prioritize. Aha, also radius. So if I reduce the radius, they shouldn't look to pull that from so many places. So what's going on with you guys? You guys got no metal. I have no metal coming in anymore. You guys are too busy sending me opium. And I sure as heck can't stop that. So if 46 metal shows up, where does it go? It goes directly into here. And then those guys pull it from the warehouse up to here. And then these guys pull it directly into here, right? That seems to be the pathway. All right, so here's the other thing, is there is metal and there is coal right up here. So I thought about maybe making another work post. Like a little city like this. Globs got crazied. I mean, these guys have the coal coming in right now, which is good. Both of these are almost at 400. Boom, coal wagon out. Boom. So this is working very well here. It's doing exactly what it's meant to do. I didn't deliver coal up here, did I? I did. You guys also have extremely low amounts of cut stone blocks, so I need to give you like 20 more of those. Wow, what just happened? Like 100 people just moved cut stone. All these like warehouse workers. But there's only meant to be like 5 guys working in that warehouse. The warehouse mostly full of cut stone and I think rations? Yeah. I am A-okay with that. Now, we are in the end of summer. We're getting a big stockpile of vegetables. All of our foods are doing okay. We are still kind of like bleeding out on money, but not by a lot. I have a metric ton of spears, and I don't have a lot of the other weapons, so who's doing that? You're making tools, and you're making tools, right? Metal is low. 100. Okay, so this is like very slowly building up. What's going to end up happening is eventually this will be fully loaded. But what keeps happening is like random blacksmiths keep grabbing the metal instead of the transport guys. Because I can't tell them just to take from this warehouse. They're totally ready for deliveries. Hauler North Janitor Warehouse. No. Army Warehouse. No. Just from that hauler. I think the biggest issue right now is I just don't have the ore coming in for this. Yeah, I make 73 through taxes and I'm burning through 87 from the smelters, so I need to increase my ore production. You're making me leather. You're making me fish and eggs. You're making me vegetables. You have a triple ore mine up here? Okay, hold on. You do not need to be making me vegetables then. You could, though, if I just increase you to a larger town. You could actually be making me both of these things. Let's do that. 60, 120, 180, maybe an ore mine 3, vegetable farm 3. And your proximity is like 96. Okay, so you don't need roads. It decreased the toll you pay when trading. Oh, it also adds realm proximity. So it would affect it in other places as well. Smith's grabbing ore straight from the warehouse. Yeah, it's just because everything is like so tied up right now. I mean, I could just increase these even more. I'm a bit concerned about... There we go. If I build a stand, that's only like 2 workforce, and that's a ton of loyalty. Put you to 4. Put you to 4. That's good use of that settlement, I think. Where we're going, we don't need roads. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe we do, but... I'll take what I can get. The Dominion of Hariko. He says, you're a big dumb butthead. What a joke you are. Utterly pathetic. In fact, your existence insults me. Pay up or I'll come over there and smite you personally. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. As soon as Hog lines up to green, I'm gonna go crush these guys. 145 economy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Dude, our stone mines are absolutely pumping out rocks right now. 58. Put you at 50 and you at 50 maybe. Our masons can't seem to cut enough blocks. I could expand this masonry. I did just claw back a few jobs, so we're actually back in the positive again. The rare moment this happens. I still have like 500, almost 500 empty homes. How do I get you guys making more babies? You want me to have more food in stock? You want to eat more? You want to drink more? You want more clothes? Yeah. I'm out of clothing. That do be a problem. In order to get more clothing, I need more weavers. So there goes that job bonus. Okay, we're getting a crazy amount of ore in now. That might have been overkill. We're not getting a crazy amount of vegetables, but vegetables kind of work in a weird way. So hauler 1 is going to be cotton. Collar center is going to be weave fabric. Collar 3 is going to be clothes? That doesn't make any sense. Should he be a clothier instead of a weaver? Hear me out here. Hear me out here. Mm-hmm. So close. So close, and yet so far. I'd rather them be on like this is the problem. Oh, I see what I've done wrong here. You're meant to be one wider. Now you make sense. Now you make sense. Tack, 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 tack. Ox benches in the middle. Storage against... Storage could go there. I just have to shrink this. And then we have doors, doors, and doors. So it doesn't quite perfectly line this up, but it does somewhat do it. Your radius is going to be like 0. Your radius is probably going to be like the whole damn map, but mostly that warehouse. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of hearths around that I've been waiting on metal to fix. I still don't have the metal for it, which is kind of nuts, but I guess it's because I was waiting on all this ore, which is starting to come in. Landing largely here. Okay. Yes, good. And then they take it up here, and then the people take it. Great, 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 great. That's working. That's what we want. Metal blocks are coming in there. Okay, all right, okay. Get this weavery going. There's so many just like parts of this. So you're going to be weaving... Dude, I don't actually know what I'm putting on you yet. Clothing would be the logical thing, but I can just bring the clothing straight down. I guess like probably weaved goods. Woven goods? So we have a fancy weavery down here. I'm going to employ an insane amount of people to work it. And then this is going to solve my cotton problem real quick. Yes, sir. Somehow, I still have positive workforce. Don't ask me how. This is also going to put in a constant amount of fabric. Fabric grabber. You grab from here only, basically. We have over 50 weavers now. Huh. I think that these torches stop me from being able to walk around these places. I guess also this should all be stone. Keep forgetting I'm in planning mode. Okay. So, like, I am gonna need another clothier for sure. And I think if I have another clothier, I'm gonna need another weavery. Kind of feels like there's no way around that. I'm gonna put one guy on this. Shit, we don't really have enough coal coming in yet. I am actually losing coal. 17 injured and 7 deaths. Oh no, the pottery workshop. I gotta tell you, this is something I feel like we could probably cut down on. I'm still exporting pottery. I'm still theoretically exporting pottery, except pottery has gotten so cheap that we don't sell any of the pottery we make until it goes over a certain number. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's okay. It's not like we're importing any of that. We are importing the clay, but just thinking about a way to like grab a few workforce back. Not the ceramics. Not the ceramics. Oh, jeez, not again. I'm looking at like all these stocked up rations. Hey, it looks like you guys want a party. 85? That's all you have in your army? Oh, dude, you messed up. If you want to come and take a ride with me, I'm gonna go sink your boats, you see. 215 versus 85. He is just gonna cower. Attack him again. Release him again. Attack him again. If you can, you can't. I'm going to land. And then I'm going to attack him from here. And you're going to siege. My worry is that this army can now build catapults. When we attacked Hoogland, their army actually like vanished off the map. I have a trade pact with you, do I? Not for long. Let me tell you, not for long, I don't. I don't have enough governor points for this. What is our next level? 3,000? 3,000. We're only 200 off. I wonder, does this population count my settlements? No, it definitely can't, because a bunch of my settlements have like 3,000 pop in them. Only having one land border is going to make defense easy money. I hope so. Wow, this guy is demanding an insane amount of stuff from me. Little does he not understand. Wow, despite all of our masons, we are not producing cutstone. So we're gonna have to increase our masonry up here. I think the city is going to have a full expansion. I think it's going to need another set of houses maybe as well. Because we're talking about employing like another 50 masons. $7.7. 16. 64. 40. 107. Not 2. 115. 14 people are working in this warehouse? That can't be correct. Maybe it is. There's a ton of iron being stored up here because he uses it for repairs. Oh man, I didn't realize that. That's funny. This warehouse is just like so advanced that a single crate is like 300 iron. This loading station is still taking a lot of time. I guess the thing is it takes a long time to build 400 iron bearers. They should make 65 a day. Not to say that they will, but they should. Okay, the health is also doing well. We don't have a lot of food in storage, but we have some. According to this, I'm back up in net vegetables. I'm net on all food except eggs. Now that I have metal bars, we should start making tools. Clothing we do need an expansion for. I think I'm actually just going to activate this whole area. $181, negative 119. I'm also thinking about turning on the second smelter. We'll leave the brewery for now. But to me, this makes a bit of sense. What a swarm of bees taking over this area. Yeah, you gotta wait for the bodies to decay in the mass graves. And our guys won't bury themselves. They don't care about graveyards. So despite the fact that I built this massive graveyard, they don't actually use it. It has 84 out of 84 plots available. Same with this one. 35 out of 35. I turned on burials because I didn't realize this was like a thing you had to actually turn on. But they literally just don't care about it, so I don't think they will ever do it. Oh, cool. Tilapis like graveyards but don't like crypts. Arganesh like crypts but don't like graveyards. Cantors really like crypts. So I could take out that graveyard and build more infrastructure for like the hospitals and stuff, but also we seem to be okay. We seem to have finally gotten rid of the pandemics. You guys are looking for wood. I think we just bought a ton. A little curious how this is all going to turn out. Shout out to the asylums. I mean, our deranged population is definitely building back up. We give you peace. You give us peace. How about you give me your city instead, young man? Ooh, that's a lot of catapults. How many days? 18. Maybe less. Now, I might not turn all these jobs on 100% right away, but... I might not turn them on at all. The Weaver, I will. And this Tailor, I will. And this guy has space for clothes. 5 crates. Yeah, lots of metal coming in now. Lots of metal coming in there now. We could move this other smelter. That's 27 jobs. This is like 57. 49. What would be nice about that is I wouldn't have to haul metal ore down here ever again. So, yeah, I think let's do that. And then you don't need ore. You do need metal bars. But you don't need ore. And I don't feel bad about turning that on. You're weaving, and you are going to make clothing out of weaved stuff. Now, our cotton is not going to keep pace with this. But we can bring that in. We can bring that in from somewhere. 118, 178. So, the good news is I also get to employ more people in this coal mine again. What's also fun is that coal mine will supply these guys. Hopefully. Almost up to 300 in that wagon. I have a feeling basically once this wagon gets started, we will be fine. Because the wagon will go, and then they'll pull from the wagon stuff, and then anything extra, they'll start just putting straight into here instead of having like random stuff taken from this hauling station. Weaver Revolution. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's crazy that also, like, there's all these tech upgrades that we don't even have. Still lots of tech upgrades to have at that front. Radical interpretation of the Sumerian spreads. A possible heretical interpretation of the Sumerian is spreading. Among other things, it posits that the four gods are facets of a greater being, which is encouraging your subjects to be a lot more flexible with their faith. However, many are not convinced, and religious tensions are rising despite the unifying message. Perhaps some scholars would be persuaded to favor a different interpretation, where the other gods are just facets of your favored one. While not everyone believes it, this would have a permanent effect on your domain. Oh, man. Denarii minus 370k. I don't have that kind of money. Can I even click these? I don't think I can. What would be sick is if I had this, I could favor Shalimar and then switch all my temples over to Shalimar and then get giant insects. We could get like Arganesh to join us. Our people wouldn't be very stoked about it. There would be a pretty bad issue occur, but like right now, Krator is by far ahead of everyone. Negative 381k. Oh, so I was allowed to click it. Your sponsored scholars spread an adapted interpretation that essentially posits that Crater is the only real god and the others are lesser aspects. Took a lot of sketchy theology to accomplish that, and the belief does not spread far beyond your borders because of it. I'm broke. Homies, I gotta sell you some stuff. I'll sell you like 2,000 rations, 1,000 fish, 2,000 of these guys, 1,000 rocks. Wow, man, opium is almost worth as much as gems. $500 paper, 500 pottery, 500 furniture. These gears are worth 1.3k each. Maybe like 200 of them. That'll give me $500,000. Done. Economy fixed. Debt gaming. I've just been playing a bunch of EU, you know? That's what the game's all about. Take on big amounts of debt. And then eventually that debt comes back. Oh, buddy. Here we go. Chugga, 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 chugga. It's my favorite part of the game. Watching the wagons. I might be autistic. It's good bet. Look at all those opium fields. Wow, that's a lot of poppies. It's coming on down. He parks the wagon, and there's a ton of metal. And then these guys are like, grab all this metal and put it into the smithies. They're not even bringing it into the warehouse. Okay, no, some of the overflow goes into the warehouse. But most of that just went straight into these smithies. And now they're making tools. Yes. Yes. Plus 15 tools. Okay. You guys are weaving. You guys are making pants. How do we feel about the clothing right now? Plus 40. That's really good. And the weavery? Minus of 141. Still? You're telling me? You're telling me I got like 100 weavers working? And they're not even like remotely keeping up with those tailors. So this means I'm spending a bunch of money on fabric. That insane amount of ore to store. We give you peace. You give us peace. No, but thank you for reminding me to check to see where this siege is. Yeah, we'll just keep going. God, those stone mines are still pumping out an insane amount. I drop you down to like 30 employees. You guys go back up? I feel like that just reassigned a bunch of people back into those quarries. There we go. 77 is much more reasonable. Or 30 is even better. Shuffle around our workforce a little bit, you know? Which we're gonna need, because I think I need all those guys on the coal mine. No, coal mine's maxed out, okay. It's a spectrum. By definition, we're all on it, so we're at least all a little bit autistic. That's true. This is very true. Praise Malok the Iron Shepherd. 3 subjects were injured. There was 1 death. Logging camp on the outskirts of town. What? What? Are you telling me? Is this guy not even storing wood? No, he is, but he has like none of it here. You pull from the northern warehouse and the western warehouse. What are you pulling from there? You're only pulling when it's 50% full. This order is sick, like resources will be moved back and forth. I mean, that is what I want. Oops, sorry. I don't think I need to actually set those unloading stations. So I'm just realizing they will do that automatically based on priority, right? And from production rooms within their radius. Yes, there we go. I don't want you grabbing things out of the other cities. I think what I need to do is I need to set up a wood hauler for all these furniture shops. And have him haul wood from over there. I'm also realizing, like, this guy has the importer here, isn't he? Yeah, look, definitely stop importing wood in this city. You're hauling furniture and stone because you need it. You're importing wood. Are all these guys full? No, these guys are all empty. So I think what's happening here is all the wood was being imported and it was being put here and stored in this warehouse. When what I want is the wood to import elsewhere. Ooh, wow, that is... Where are you guys storing this wood? In this warehouse. Yeah, maybe. Also, did we ever set this one up? No, we didn't. This is very foolish. I guess the thing is that, like, it needs things for repairs, things for furniture. Maybe we just start with that. I guess there's a hope that, like, these warehouses will talk with the outer warehouses and then the inner warehouses. So it's like these guys will dump to here and these guys will dump to here. So you're going to pull from there, but only 50%. You're going to pull from Western Warehouse, 50%. Main Warehouse, 50%. I don't know that you are going to pull from Main Warehouse. I think you'll pull from the Export Warehouse, though. 50%. And then this guy is going to pull from here, 50%. And you're going to pull from here 50%. And also here 50%. The idea being is like everything should kind of feed into this guy and feed out of him. This dude doesn't really have exact access. I guess there should be a little warehouse, a shipping warehouse down here. But I don't have that set up, so. Seems like a lot of wood moving around. Yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of wood down here that's not being moved. It is starting to be moved now, though. So. Am I going to be doing a full gate guard run when it comes out? What is gate guard? Is that like one of these games where you play as like a TSA agent, but for a medieval village? If that is, because that's what that sounds like, yes is the answer. Hey, I have a question. Can I make these diagonal? Ooh, that looks so nice. Oh, look how much nicer that makes our city walls. You guys aren't thick enough. You ain't thick enough. Wow, this looks so much better. Really lets you see where the weak spots are as well. Maybe not on the city gates, though. Because that looks kind of funny. It's the little things. Sometimes it's just about tidying up the town. While we wait for the population numbers to go up. I got changed. Oop. Oop. It's exactly what you think. Papers, please, but in medieval times? Yeah, I'm all over that. That sounds awesome. I'll play that in a heartbeat, sure. No questions. Easy decision. All right, let's get these guys done. It's a little bit trickier with the anytime I have a building on the edge, because I also have to keep those square, because otherwise it looks funny. Otherwise the floors look funny. Okay. Soundtrack for this game is very peaceful. Gotta say. It's a vibe. Here should be pretty easy because I don't actually have a million buildings up here. Doop, 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 doop. Almost done. Nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, that city wall looks so much better now. Smooth, buttery. That buttery biscuit base. Now, all my other walls are basically square anyway. Except for you. But you're pretty easy to do. Tack, 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 tack. Wow, I can't believe I waited so long to do this on these walls. What a fool. What an absolute lummox. Papers, please. What's papers, my lord? Anyway, I can't write. If I owned anything made of paper, my lord, it would be worth more than my house, my lord. That's why literacy is a tool of the authoritarians. Be free of control. Return to monkey. It's one way to do it. Okay. So... Alright, these guys still have, like, some... iron. These guys still have some iron. How is this next transport looking? 229. Okay. Oh, it's 229 and there's like gobs of metal here to move. In fact, I think I need to turn this guy on auto haul. Or auto assign, because he's got more work than he knows what to do with right now. That's incredible to see. Yeah, look at this. This is like a totally filled up metal smelter up here. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. They got another wagon sent down. The warehouse is actually getting metal into it. So I can probably put another smithy in here then. Freezing, freezing, freezing. Don't you guys have hearths? I guess not really, no. Why don't I give you guys a little hearth down here? Maybe a little well to go with it. And maybe some lights. Seems like it's kind of dark down here. It's kind of extremely dark down here. Oh my god. I don't know how these lizards stand me. I am not treating them very well. Sweet Jesus. Like, none of this is lit. Agent, get it together, man. Your poor little lizards. I don't know if using these big ones is the most efficient way to do this, but... I feel like I'd like them to have, you know, some light going on. There's no reason they have to walk in the dark. Put like one here and one here. Do, 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 do. You know, it's just like sometimes you just totally forget to do the most basic parts of your job. For these poor little guys. Let's put a torch there. We'll put a torch here and here. How about we do like one here and here? Here and here. And then here and here. So, that should probably help with the torch problem. Everybody is still mad at me that there's not enough statues everywhere, and I respect that. You know, they're not wrong. There's not enough statues everywhere. Though it's not always an easy problem to solve. People are also generally upset that we don't have enough food stored. Seems kind of nuts when it's like you're decaying 130 fish, 9 eggs, and 31 vegetables. So, like, what do they just want me to lose a bunch out of decay? Is that what they want from me? Because I can do that. I just don't think it's really helping a lot of people. How's the prison going? We have vandalism, theft, vandalism, theft. Bunch of guys in the stocks. People are just having leisure time. Judges waiting for work. Yeah, all right. Some fancy cobble work down. Why not? This place is mostly just full of ore. Yeah, the cut stone is not. She ain't keeping pace. So real talk, let's quickly plan this. I think we're gonna do like a wide expansion here. Then all the way down. What's nice is I can also put in another city entrance. What would be really smart is if I could change this city entrance so that it actually had a gate on it instead of these canals. Which would not be very hard to do now that we have access to everything. Like I literally just put a culvert there. And then like here. And we do something foolish like canal that. And we can get rid of these other parts. This is a real game of just like letting my ADHD take over whenever it wants. Sometimes that's how this feels. I think I could just do that now. Which also means like better, proper road here. Yes, good, yes, yes, yes. And then a gate. Not that big. Just a little baby gate. Look at him go, so happy. So, if this is going out here, turning back on planning mode, I'm going to literally just duplicate this mason. And I guess I'll put it right there. That'll all have to get destroyed. This can mostly be housing. I will probably build like another gate like here for this main road. I think is what I would do. And then at least we have like another path up. You know what? No, that's maybe not the best spot to put that. I think having it higher up here makes a lot more sense. So why don't we say like that? And then we know like double road out there, double road in here. That's double road. That's a big road. So we have extra room for stuff. I think we probably just bring this like all the way down to say there. You're gonna go natural road, staircase, 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 staircase. Road. And then I want to just say like houses? Fishery, maybe? Just what we don't need is more houses, but we will eventually. You know, I don't have any nobles in this city, which could be kind of funny. I feel like at least one noble in this city would make a lot of sense. Let's do that. I like having the nobles around. I don't feel like I do in Dwarf Fortress where I'm like, ah, nobles are such a pain. In this, I'm like, yay, nobles are fun. Like, I absolutely don't need them, but I just keep building them anyway, just for a laugh. A couple big statues in front of this guy's place. Some torches. Maybe like... I'll say maybe some trees, but maybe not. Maybe just some flowers. I think if I do that, they can't get to them all, so... We'll leave it like that, and we'll see how we feel. A little noble district. I like it. Does this town have a school? It does not. This is the town where the masons and the coal miners live. And also the water pump. In fact, the only schools exist basically in the capital. There's a school in the South District and the West District. And that's it thus far. There should probably be a school down here, considering these guys do have a lot of the military smiths. And I feel like they could use it. These guys could maybe use some sort of carpentry school, but... They instead have a lot of like labs and libraries. What, do you want me to educate the miners? I guess we could do that. But I'm not educating a lot of them. Don't want them getting too uppity. You know, I guess there's no reason this can't go straight to the back wall. Carpets add efficiency as well, just not as much as shelves. Okay. Ah. Oh, are they meant to go that way? I guess so. That's nicer. All right, you got your wish. The coal miners have a school. Or at least they will have a school when we build all this. Digging holes takes skills. I mean, it's definitely not a... It's never really a bad idea. Educate those masses. You know what? Let's do this, like that. And then I could just replicate this for the other cities, for the other blocks. If I wanted, I think. No, that won't work. It will work for there, though. Always so much to do in these big tear downs. Oh, no. So let's get rid of that. And... I will just build these ugly. Nothing fancy about it. All right, I'm gonna activate the outside wall here, because we definitely have the stone for it, and it certainly should be built. Probably going to want another hatchery. I guess I can say dismantle as a job, right? Yeah. So we'll set all that up to Q. I could do something like put another warehouse in here. This guy's warehouse is really not big, and he tends to be at 19 out of 19. But also this is like a much smaller settlement than the other sections of the map. That being said, it's about to not be a much bigger, much smaller. These guys also don't have a tavern, which they're gonna want. I can't bring myself to get rid of that. Maybe the tavern goes here. Well, maybe the tavern goes here next to the school. Some knickknacks. Funny how like one level of this requires, there's a couple levels that require an entrance point, but not all of them do. That gives you instantly 100% coziness. That seems insane, dude. I feel like you should require more knickknacks than that. But if you say so. Give room for a couple of people. Is there a win condition in the game? No, not really. It's one of these things I'm grappling with, is I'm trying to think now about like what our win condition is going to be. Certainly for me, taking over this lower continent was, but I also think that like that just introduces you into the end game then, because it's like, oh, you don't have any major players to take over anymore. Damn, dude, these guys are still... I am 20 out of 18 days and these guys are still alive? They should be dead by now. All of them should be starved. Suspicious. Very suspicious. Agent job is blocking this job. It must be performed prior to it. Yes, good. Yes, good. That's the wall made. All right. I'm just going to activate all this all at once. Watch the place explode. planning so I can also do my roads. Doop, 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 doop. Oh. You're a staircase. You're not meant to be there. We give you peace. You give us peace. I will give you catapults at your gates. I will give you starvation to you and your men. I will give thee a murder most foul. Now I wonder, you guys are consuming 245 stone. You guys are making 365 stone. I should be able to balance that. I also think that I should add in ceilings back here. And also here. Because there's not really any reason I shouldn't. It'll help move all our resources a lot better. Now, the other thing I should do is build a hauler between these guys who haul stone. And he'll haul all the stone down from the quarry. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. So I set you to stone. Let me just say, like, not an insane area. So he should ensure that that's okay. Awesome, and this seems to be working here with the culverts. People are popping out of town to go to the stage. We have room that if I wanted to build some more cool stuff out here, we also could. You need a road. You need a road. And I guess I probably also need to light up all these pathways. Has occurred to me that people might be upset if I don't. Okay. Oh, so much of this is not lit. Okay, that's just gonna have to light there. And there. And we'll see how it goes. Kids got to see top and bottom of society every day. It's a good plan. What about patty wags? Only if we give a dog a bone. That's the only way that's allowed. Spears. Why am I maxed out on spears? Oh, you've been making spears this whole time. That's right, you have. Let's turn you over to shields. Donk up my economy that way. I am not producing enough coal for these guys. They have all the metal ore they need, but they no longer have the coal to process it. This says 19 coal. But I don't think that's true. Young man, I do not think that is true. But I do think that I have a lot of metal again, so I can go around upgrading my hearths. Ideally the ones that are, like, around people. Or, like, at the very least, being used. I guess they're all being used. In different ways, shapes, and forms. Do these wells need upgrading? Which is mostly just cut blocks. Which comes in pretty quickly, but goes out pretty fast. Give me 30 cut blocks. You know you want to. You know I want them blocks. We just got that other Mason online. I know there's more blocks coming in. 27 blocks. Stop going down. Go up. There we go. Gotcha. Snuck in at the last second. Okay. How are the all of our armies feeling right now? 37 sword knights, 56 guards, 45 archers. Okay. It's okay. This guy is 10 days past dead. He's almost a full year. So I think I have no choice here. I think I have to fight this fight and just lose 25 guys. And then we can occupy this settlement. Let's go to level 2. We'll probably have to put some growth on that to do it. That's 800. What are you? Fish? Gems? Alright, well. You make some arguments. Humans and Cretonans. So probably a tavern. That might be it. These loyalty numbers are pretty low. Not enough gov points, gov. Do we have any more noble promotions? No, but we're like 90 population off. So it's possible we can reach it. Now he's got a little school, a little tavern. Guess I built a back wall in here that doesn't really need to be there. Only 6 people can drink in this tavern. Congratulations, you've now earned the right to style yourself the Merciful. Gained by being a saint after battle, adds loyalty to your name. You're allowed to select this title to boost your game. Giving you 0.63 loyalty? With all factions. Wow, that's nuts. That's a really good one. Alright, well, we've added some more stuff in here. We do have our little noble. I like that. These guys do need some more torches. I think I'm just gonna kind of tic-tac them across the road, though. Oh, sheesh. There's like no torches up here at all. Yeah, these roads is a hot mess. This is like a major roadway. Oh, this is the boulevard here, so right, we just actually haven't gone and finished the decorations for here because it's going to be a bit of a process to do that. And we're busy getting easily distracted by other things. All right, so 400 houses. We got 40, missing 40 jobs. This would help, but all of this is not really needed until I start putting up housing up here. I guess some of it could be useful. Like the hearth, the bathroom, the well. It's really just like the market stalls we don't really need. The guard platform? Maybe. Red waters. We get boosted fishing for a little while. Yeah, okay. We'll add in that stuff. 27 jobs, 2.94K. Question, how much leather does the Berber give when you're playing fishes? Can't find it on the wiki. I don't think the Berber gives leather. Yeah, because the Berber adds health. So they just improve health bonuses, which he adds. No, I'm wrong. Dude, I thought the Berber was health. He's under health. Maybe it's an old feature. Yeah. I mean, that would be my guess. Because I think also when you're under like the research tree, grooming, yeah, is over here. Extravagant markets and school. I do want that tourism because I feel like tourism would be a good way to make money, even though our town is... People don't really like it. Every time people come over, they complain about the state of our city. Shame on you. Shame on your human family. I don't have a human family, man. We're a race of lizard people. I was curious about the city's lab. They're quite nice, but there are more impressive examples in other places. Couldn't find a vacant bathhouse anywhere. Yeah, I don't have any. Yeah, nobody likes our laboratories. Our laboratories are pretty nice. Couldn't find a vacant fight pit. Again. Couldn't find a bathhouse. Again. I don't have these things. A fight pit I don't need, because Amevans don't care about fighting. Cotton for other races, leather for Amevians, because they shed skin. But I'm not sure if it's the same in this recent patch. That's really cool. I didn't know that that was the case. It certainly doesn't show how much it makes, but that's not to say I guess it doesn't make it. It's just definitely not obvious. Requires fine cut blocks, furniture, and tools. Everybody likes it. Everybody wants to go to the barber. Man, if that could get my leather problems fixed. Just grooming away all my leather. I wouldn't need to import leather if my libraries weren't using it all. But I think I would need an insane amount of additional libraries to fix that. That being said, but you know, all that being said, I guess I could build more libraries. You're gonna have to eventually. That's too big. That's too big. That's just right. I hate how the libraries are, though. Feels like I can't ever fit what I want in here. I guess the reality is it's designed to make you actually build things that look like libraries. How dare they? Do 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 down 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 down. Doop 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 doop. Lots of carpets. Doop 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 doop. 95. 95. 6. 7. 8. How dare you not do this? $99? Oh, yay. Oh, now you're gonna give me problems if I do that, though. Where the hell am I meant to put these carpets then, man? Is 99% efficiency truly good enough? I would argue no. I wonder if, like... Hear me out. Would it be more efficient to do my carpets like that? I don't think so, because I think it's based on, like, square footage. It does look a lot nicer, though. So I will do it. I'll do anything for a good-looking carpet. Wait, don't take that out of context. Oh, jeez. Aw, man. 99, yeah. Saw a Reddit post complaining that it doesn't show outposts. Some guy had 300 plus daily. Wow, wow, wow. Lose a point or two on the library upgrade. Yeah. I mean, what is this? This is only 36 guys. What if I just... Hear me out. What if I just keep expanding? Yeah, what if I just take 99? I think I could be okay with that. Probably enough room to put those doors in all over the place. And I could put another set of those libraries up there. I gotta know just what the difference is. Hold on. It literally doesn't add a single point of knowledge. Wait, did it? Nope. So that's fine. Boom. Library. I'm also then going to say plan, copy. Nope, doesn't fit. Plan. Other library. I'm going to end up building another one of these down here. And my reasoning for this is because if this is all going to be industry, then I need something to kind of shelter the noise. From all the civilians. And this will work splendidly. Carpets, carpets, carpets. Somehow you are 100% efficient. Okay. I don't even have as many carpets in here. Not sure how that's the case. We'll just leave that one on plan. So then that's all houses in here, 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 and here. And this is administration district. An inn, a university, the administration building. Administrators boost your whole city. The amount you boost is related to how many admins you have and your population. Requires 3,500 employees. That sounds useful. So most of these jobs we have ready to rock. The temple I kind of want to put in there. Oh, I guess the restaurant. Bathhouses. Yeah, there's a few health-based things we could still throw in. A rest home? Yeah, that'll be for later. I don't know where the rest homes will go. Big enough builds a megastructure. Songs of Syx moment. I mean, you always think it's... You always kind of think you have enough, and then it never is. Still feels like we're bleeding a lot of cash. Look at me. I am maxed out on metal. Did not think I'd see that day, let me tell you. Well... Yeah, I'm mostly having a charcoal problem right now. But, you know what? While I could build an outpost, I think that's something that's better settled by just conquering people. Like, does this guy make metal? This guy makes metal. Sorry, he doesn't make coal, though. Nor does this guy. Metal and gems. I also wouldn't mind shipping in some gems, but, you know, little bits at a time. Well, I think with the new expansion up here and actually having some empty houses, the addition of masons, getting our justice system online, as well as getting our proper industry section online, I think this is the perfect place for us to cut this video. So we'll do exactly that. It's going to be it from us. All from us today. I'll have to come back in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.